somehow America has lost its way. President Obama is very much moving in the right direction. But at the same time, when I say we engage more with Russia and China and try to get a Middle East peace agreement, try to deal with Afghanistan, and by the way, I didn't mention this, when it comes to Afghanistan, we are putting forth 30,000 more troops, and what is just as important as any strategic decision the President makes is that we are going to have a new generation of veterans, and we have to protect and take care of our veterans when they come home with mental health problems, with PTSD. I can tell you nobody has the answers, but almost half of our men and women that come back from Iraq and Afghanistan have some kind of PTSD or mental health or some kind of trauma that we as a nation need to deal more effectively. And I was very proud. I'm going to tell you what I'm very proud of as governor. We were the first state in this country to say we reject the federal government saying that life insurance for veterans coming back is too low. And we instituted, the first state 6 years ago, a life insurance policy of $250,000 for each returning vet. 37 states have followed us, and I'm very proud of it. When it comes to our foreign policy, let's not forget our neighbors to the south. We forget about Latin America. We have a policy with Cuba that is not working. We should get rid of this embargo. We should have travel. We're going to turn and change walls, do it with people, do it with diplomacy, do it with academics. We need also to care about those issues that nobody wants to talk about. We should care about Darfur and the Sudan and malnutrition, sexual slavery. We should care about the issues that somehow nobody wants to talk about. Women's issues, the democratic women, I think, an excellent example of the work that you do. But if you look at the United Nations agenda, there are many issues involving women in third world countries when it comes to job discrimination, when it comes to personal discrimination that exists. I'm going to close with one issue that nobody puts up when it comes to polls at the top of the list. You ask Americans, what's your biggest worry? Jobs, the economy, health care, crime, wars. But this issue doesn't come up at the top, but I think is fundamental. I want to conclude by talking about an issue that I've spent more time on in my state. And I think is the key to a strong society, to jobs, to economic development, to unity of the family, and that is education. That is kids. That is what Chewy has done to promote higher education. It's K through 12. It's making sure that America regained its role as the educational leader of the world that we're not. Most nations in Europe, some in Asia, have overtaken us. Math and science and reading skills. That is unacceptable because that's our future, especially in this global economy. So what do we have to do? I think the first thing we have to do is we have to respect our teachers. We have to pay them better. We have to recognize that our teachers each have a strong educational society. And that means not just professional development, paying them better, but finding ways to bring more teachers, especially minority teachers, to our kids. Number two, it means an emphasis in preschool, in early childhood education, 0 to 4. That's when you get kids. Full-day kindergarten. I'm very proud of my state. We were one of the first to get rid of all junk food in schools. I lost the high school vote, but it was worth it. Actually, they couldn't vote it. But Bill Crowley, remember? And what I want to just say to you is that emphasis on math and science, the emphasis on achievement, narrowing the achievement gap. Why is it that 1 out of 2 Latino kids don't graduate from high school? They don't make it. The dropout rate, it's huge. It doesn't change. We've got to do better. We've got to have more mentoring, more after-school programs. The federal government has to have a larger role, not find ways to tell school districts what to do, but have more of a sharing role that involves funding. 9 out of 10 dollars are spent by local districts. The distribution should change with the federal government participating more. But I'm going to make a confession to you. I know we've got a lot of educators here. I was the only candidate running for president that said, I believe we have to take a look at No Child Left Behind because it's not working. It's not working. Let's find better ways of achievement, testing, but not have these thousands of tests that go against a kid with disabilities, an autistic kid, a bright kid, advanced placement that doesn't respect our teachers. I know the Congress has said they're going to revive that bill and change it. My view is we start over, but who's listening to me? I want to close with an appeal. I know you probably are saying, well, what is this governor in New Mexico? He's, New Mexico, un estado muy chiquito, very next to us. We share a lot, Texas and New Mexico. We share water rights, we share agriculture, we share energy, we share tourism. We've got a lot of good ties. So who am I to come and tell you what you should do? I think if you look at the world, if you look at many other states in the Union, the states that are looked at as bellwethers are the bigger states: California, Texas, Illinois, New York. But Texas has always had that fascination with America. The cowboy, the old Western traditions, the enormous diversity, the huge economy, the border, the springboard to Latin America. I think what you do and how you are perceived in the years ahead, especially as Democrats, could change this country dramatically. So just that advice that I gave you, and the many other advice that you will probably get from others, and what you learn yourself, you're grassroots leaders. It is doable, inch by inch, of getting more Democratic representation in this state, in legislators, in the Congress. But what is most important is local politics. Your constables, your judges, your county commissioners. That's where policy in this country is made. So, as those of you that practice the art of politics, I salute you. As those of you from Corpus Christi that were there for me when I started my career, muchísimas gracias. To those of you that are public servants, that work to get elected, that work, I see my friend over there running for governor. He's probably gone to, I don't know how many counties you have here, but he'll visit every one of them, working hard to represent your state. That we should be, as public servants and public officials and workers, thanked and honored. Muchísimas gracias. God bless you. I love Corpus Christi. Please invite me back. Give my best to Congressman, please. Let's make Texas blue.